What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking a little bit about price action. I'm going to be doing it on the 30-second chart, and this would work on the 30-second chart with 1-minute trades. If you're trading longer periods, if you're doing a 15-minute trade, for example, I'd recommend looking at something like the 5-minute chart. If you're doing a 5-minute trade, for example, I'd recommend looking at something like the 1-minute chart. So basically what we're going to be talking about today is price action. What is price action? How can we become good at it? So firstly, I'm sure you all know that price action is probably the most powerful way to trade, whether it be Forex, binary options, whatever. Price action is definitely the most powerful way to trade. And basically what it is exactly what it says it is. It's the actions of price that help you determine whether you're going to take a buy position or a sell position. So the way that we go about this is by first of all placing levels and understanding a few things. So supports and resistance is very strong when it comes to looking at price action. So we're going to mark off a couple support zones, resistance levels. That would be one way of helping you look at price action. So a lot of people seem to think that price action is support, resistance, trend lines, things of that nature, but it's not really. Support, resistance, and trend lines will help us see price action. So price action is the way that price acts around these certain areas. So here we've got support and resistance. Something else we could potentially look at are trend lines. Over there. And then another thing would be obviously the trend and momentum. So the trend is identifying the overall direction that price is moving. In this case, we're in a downtrend. Momentum is more of the short-term trends that happen. So momentum over here, the trend is still down, but the momentum is to the upside, and we can see that by our moving averages. If you're interested to know what moving averages I have on my chart here, it's the 8 and 21 EMA. That's what helps me see momentum. So price action, let's get a little bit into that. So what is price action? It's how price acts around these certain areas. So if price had to pull up from here, for example, and go to this area and stall and mess around here, I would most likely be looking for a sell position. Right now, we have price approaching the support. It doesn't overly excite me because to me, the momentum is to the downside and the trend is to the downside. So I would prefer to see a pullback to sell this. Rather than to buy it. I would prefer to see it break through, potentially retest and then continue to go down. So there's a lot of elements that go into price action. You can't just mark off support and resistance and say, okay, when price reaches those areas, I'm going to take trades. There's a lot that goes into this. So like right here, for example, it could very well go up and it would have been a great trade. But for me personally, I'm not comfortable taking this trade because firstly, we've got the trend that's showing us we're in a downtrend. We've got the momentum that's showing us that momentum is currently to the downside. And then we do have levels that we could see for potential retests. Even right here is a nice little level for potential retest area. So I would much prefer to sell this. Yes, it could go up. And then this would have been a great trade. But personally, for me, I like to go with high probability setups. And that's what price action is all about, is looking for the probabilities and going from there. So price action is identifying multiple things and then deciding from there, what am I going to do? So we've identified the trend is down, the momentum is down. That in itself is enough to tell me I'm more going to be looking to sell this pair, and then we're going to look at support and resistance levels for potential entry points. So I'd personally like to see a break below and a retest, or a move up to retest one of these areas. And that's just my little rant on price action. I will do more videos explaining this in a little bit more detail in the near future, but for now I just wanted to clarify a few things regarding price action. If this video helped you at all, give it a like, leave a comment below if you have any questions whatsoever, and subscribe to the channel for daily binary options content. Okay, and just as I ended that last piece of the video, price did shoot up quite violently through this level, most likely tricking people into thinking that the momentum is now shifting to the upside and this is definitely going up. So I took some sell positions up here, and that is reading price action. That is exactly how to read price action. I looked at this. Yes, this would have been a great trade. It would have been a great trade, but that it would have been a 50-50 trade, and 50-50 trades are not something that I like to take. I like to take something it's more of a sure thing where the probabilities are all in my favor. So here we had multiple probabilities, and I'll give you another little tip with price action right now. So there was a profit. So this is my other tip that I didn't mention before, and I actually wasn't going to mention it, but I will now because it's happened here. So I had all my probabilities telling me I wanted to sell. I knew there was a good area of resistance over here. What will happen a lot of the time is price didn't approach this subtly. Price got here and then it shot right through this level and closed, which would have brought buyers into the market, people wanting to buy this to go up. That's a trap move, and that's something that we see a lot when the probabilities are all telling us to sell and we know we've got something that we're waiting for. When you see that very obvious trap move, it's definitely a great time to go against the trap move, and here we had that trap move. So that's it for the video this time. If the video brought you any value, give it a thumbs up, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe for daily binary options content. If you are interested in learning how to trade binary options properly, do consider checking out our Viper binary strategy. It is the real way to trade binary options, and it is highly effective. If you're interested in this, go check us out, www.traderoomsessions.com. All the information you need is on the website.